I was addicted to opiates from the age of around 15 to 22. I was on heroin. I was shooting up. I was in and out of jail a lot. I was stealing stuff, getting in trouble, going into rehabs. And I didn't really find much success in rehab until I changed the way I was thinking about it. When I first got in there, I learned how this addiction is a disease. And, this is a long road to recovery, one day at a time. Once an addict, always an addict, right? There's like these phrases that just kind of scare you and make you think that this is a long, struggling, difficult thing. And not many people can do it. That's the other thing. I think the success rate of getting off heroin, like long-term success, is like 20% or something crazy. It's ridiculously low. And it can be way higher because it's honestly not difficult. It's very easy to beat addiction. It truly is. People don't say that often. And I think that's a huge problem, dude. I read this book called The Law of Attraction and this other book called The Secret. And they're very similar. They teach you how powerful your thinking is, how your thoughts become your reality, because your thoughts put you in a vibration, as they say, which is another word for an emotion, a feeling. And then that feeling will then manifest your reality. If you have a good thought, you'll have a good feeling about it. And if I start thinking about terrible, bad thoughts, I'll feel bad about it. You can directly create a feeling from a thought. That feeling manifests what you're going to see and what your life is. That's what these books teach you. And it became very clear once I learned that and I went back into the rehabs and I just observed what's going on. I'm just like, holy shit, brother. We're all manifesting some bullshit. We're all sitting around thinking about struggle and worry. I mean, that's like the name of the game when you're there. The 12 steps. This is a long road to recovery. This is hard. That's the mindset we all developed, and it wasn't working, bro. Everyone was relapsing. People were in and out. I would go to an NA meeting and one time a guy came in, he had 10 years clean or something, 12 years. And he's crying, talking about I drank last night. Dude's just been in the programs for years, had success for 12 years and then eventually relapsed. That's sad. It's crazy. I'll tell you what, that's absolutely never going to happen to me. I completely removed myself from everything to do with addiction. I'm not saying that's the answer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm not telling you to just up and quit rehab. But I want you to adopt this way of thinking because it really did help me. And it's real. The minute I graduated, I started thinking about, health, success, different shit, dude. I don't have a coin. I didn't have a sponsor. I don't have a 90-day clean. None of that shit. I completely removed it. I'm not a lifelong addict. This is not a disease. Bullshit. I went on and started a contracting company and I had employees and I had this dope house with a pool and I was making good money and I completely moved on. And it was very easy because I understood this mindset thing and I applied it. My life became way different. And then my father passed away in 2019 and I completely changed my life again. I sold my company. I sold my house. I went on tour with a band. I became a famous drummer. That's what I do now, believe it or not. I travel around the world and I play drums. I'm in a band called Dropout Kings. I got this page called The Cowboy Drummer. I make other videos. I got 200,000 followers on all the other platforms, right? I'm doing this cool thing because when my father died, it triggered me to want to chase the dream that me and him talked about my entire life. I mean, he was a drummer. That's where I got it from. And he would always tell me how I could do this. I just never did, man. I fell into drug addiction as a teenager. And then once I emerged out of that, I wanted a different life. I didn't go after being a drummer, even though the burning desire was always there. It wasn't until he passed away that I changed my mindset and my thinking and I fucking manifested that. Okay? It's real. And I'll do it again. If I want to do something, if I want to become a fireman or something, if I want to become a police officer, brother, I can do that. I could change my thinking, change my paradigm, right? That's another thing they talk about is your paradigm. Shout out to Bob Proctor. Rest in peace. He's another big advocate for the law of attraction. He talks about your paradigm, which is a habit. And it's your base, it controls everything you do. It controls the first thoughts you have when you wake up. When you first wake up in the morning, what are you thinking about? When I was an addict, I was thinking about, fuck, man, another day. Another bullshit day. I got to try to struggle. Difficult. Sickness. Right? That's what I kept fucking. That was my paradigm. That was my reality. It controlled everything I did. It takes time to change it. Your paradigm takes time. It takes repetition. So I would just watch these videos and read these books over and over, dude, until I finally developed the base mindset of ease, not disease, ease and wealth and health, success. I just went there mentally, bro, and my whole entire world changed right in front of me. And then I just got the hell out of there. I didn't listen to what they were saying. They were trying to tell me that, like, this is who I am forever. That's like what they were telling me. Like, if you're a drug addiction counselor, I have the utmost respect for you. I appreciate you, man. If you're going in there spending your time in your life to help other people who are struggling, you are a special person. I just feel like the curriculum in the industry can be tweaked. I mean, dude, the success rates, 20 or 30%. If you want to look that up, I mean, dude, I lived it. I went there. I know the success rates suck. You know how many people would graduate drug court as opposed to that would fail it and end up doing their sentence? It wasn't good. Not many people were making it out of there. And same thing with addiction. And man, it's so easy. It's something that's just so easy, bro. It didn't even require work. Once I changed my mindset and my paradigm, I changed my base thoughts and my mindset. It was autopilot, dude. It wasn't work. It wasn't hard. It just happened. It just did because I just was. You just have to be what the fuck it is that you want to be. This goes for anything, not just addiction, man. If you want to achieve goals in your life, like I said, by the time I sold my company, I was well away. I was like 5-6 years past addiction, you know. I changed it and went to be a drummer. Like, so I could do anything. And sometimes I consciously manifest bullshit because we're human and we go through rough times. So if I'm going through a hard time and I have a week of just slumpy bullshit happen. Like I'm aware of what's going on, and it does get difficult sometimes to really harness it, but it's very doable, and we all have this. I'm not special. Man. I am what I want to be, and I sure as hell am not an addict. I'm not in recovery. That's bullshit. I'm not about to struggle walking down the alcohol aisle I'm not about to avoid the alcohol aisle or some bullshit like that. Like, that's not even that deep, because that's a big thing they would talk about. Like, someone would relapse because of that, or, you know, they were triggered. Triggers, that's another word we talked about a lot. It's all bullshit, man. If you subscribe to the ideas, it'll be very real. But if you subscribe to a different idea, that will then be real. When I thought about how difficult rehab was going to be and how shitty it was going to be, it was. I relapsed and fell all the time, dude. Kept going back. That I would fuck up in drug court, go to jail for punishment, come back out, try to do a fake piss test, get caught. Like, dude, it was a struggle. When I changed it to being easy and successful, it then became that. So whatever I thought about it as, that's what it was. Pretty simple stuff to think about, but you got to be repetitive, and you got to, you know, subscribe, brother. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. This is what this channel is going to be talking about. So if you like this content, this is what we're going to be at, man. I love you guys. Have a good day. Peace out.